The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, welcome to another exciting episode of the Mad Marv Comedy Lounge. This week, we're in the new year. We have a very good new year. That's really good. I like to talk to all the people, and I looked at some Hispanics and some Latinos I saw for the first time this year, and I spoke their native language. I said, Feliz Nevada, just in case you go to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So we try to, we try to keep it. So we have a new guest. He's been here before. I'd like to introduce to you guys from House Party 3 fame. Some of you guys know him as Stinky. I know him as David Edwards. How are you doing? And welcome to the lounge.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me, guys. How are you?
We're doing pretty good. Now, we start this off like we usually start off. We go from this end of the table. We come around. We like to see how was your week and was there anything exciting? So we don't like people to, when we say how was your week and all that, you say it was cool and everything. You know, I woke up and shit. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? So how was your week, David Edwards?
Week was good. I moved into my new apartment.
That's always good.
Got overcharged with the movers.
Oh, you live in Los Angeles then?
Yeah. No, I live in the Valley. Yeah, Los Angeles. But I call it Zacatecas.
Zacatecas?
Yeah, because I'm up there off of, what's that, Roscoe and Logan.
Oh, yeah, Zacatecas.
Zacatecas.
Yeah. Uh-huh. They haven't built the wall up there yet.
No, no
cool.
wall.
They got great tamales, I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just stopped eating tamales. Did you know? I just stopped.
Because I heard they wash them in
they mix them. I've heard. It's just rumored that they mixed all the ingredients in the bathtub where they wash their ass. So I'm cool. I'm getting my tamales now from Wiener Schnitzel. But so how was your week now?
It was good. It was busy, moving and getting the place set up, and it was.
They digging their ass at the Wiener Schnitzel. So
well, thank you. I will not be eating tamales at all. Thank you very much. Fuck a tamale. Look. Fuck all the tamales. Lottie, Dottie, no more tamales. Okay, so that was pretty good. And you just moved into your house. No roaches or nothing, Dave?
No. I saw one roach, but they just got through fumigating. He was struggling, so I just took him out.
Okay, what you mean took him out? Like out of his misery?
Yeah,
okay.
Now I watched him struggle for a little bit.
Now, have you ever?
You didn't kick him out and let him live?
I smashed and mopped.
I want to ask you.
There ain't no such thing as no one roach.
Yeah, but
if you seen one roach, there's more.
Have you ever been to a...
They fumigate every 30 days.
But have you been to an apartment building or something or moved in to a new apartment and then some people had roaches and then some people didn't?
Yeah.
How was that experience?
That experience is you got your neighbors. It depends on how they keep their house. Mm-hmm. And you just like...
What about when you got a neighbor that look like they're real clean and then you go in the house and you realize, hey, wait a minute, this is where all the roaches is coming from?
You got bushy-ass roaches. You know, some people in apartments where they got roaches at because the roaches don't like their nasty-ass food, so they just go next door.
So they be picky and shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got bushy-ass roaches now.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought that topic up because I used to live in Koreatown.
Mm-hmm. K-Town is what they call it, K-Town.
Excuse me. And as I was moving in, I saw this fine-ass, beautiful black sister. Gorgeous. I mean, And she was like, oh, my God, you moving in here? And she knew who I was. She's like, oh, my God, I'm a big fan of yours. And blah, blah. She was like, okay, when you finish getting your stuff in, you smoke, too. I know you smoke. Yeah. I was like, well, come on down and smoke a joint with me. I'm like, all right, cool. I hurry up and got my shit in the
She
house.
said, come on down and smoke a roach with me, huh?
I went downstairs and I knocked on the door and she opened up and that roach smell hit me.
Yeah.
Roach funk?
You know that roach funk?
Yeah, I call it roach funk.
Kind of like a cheesy...
Wait a minute, you talking about the bug, the roach?
Yeah, they have a scent.
There's a smell with the roach?
Yeah, when they get in your clock and your appliances, it's a roach funk they got.
When they crack that door open, they got roaches. You can tell.
You can tell
it. So, but she was so fine and so hot. She on this beautiful, like, not dress, but like nice little... Anyway.
A nightie.
Yeah. So I go in and I look around and they're everywhere. I mean, they're on the walls. They're crawling across the dishes.
Why do the people that have roaches?
They're on the floor. They're dead on the floor. Like,
some of them
moving. Like, and I'm looking around like, this place is infested. I didn't even smoke the joint. I was like, you know what?
You didn't smoke the roach?
I left my door open.
You didn't even talk to her about it? Ask her about it?
Apparently, she was too comfortable.
You could have.
She never even brought it up.
You could have said something to her. If it was me, I'd have sat her down. I said, "Look here, Rochelle." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's not your name.
Yeah, that's some things we need to discuss. Okay. Don't think I'm bugging. I won't get you bugged. No. But anyway, that's interesting. Now, Carla, how was your weekend?
Carla with a K.
Carla with a K.
Thank you so much.
How was your week with a W?
It was actually productive.
What did you do?
Well, I mean, today's Tuesday, so we're talking about
Taco
since last
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I'm gonna take a
That's right,
taco
Taco
break, yeah.
Tuesday in L.A. Do they do Taco Tuesday anywhere else? It doesn't matter, right? We're not there.
Don't forget the titties and the tequila to go with the tacos too.
What a combination.
Oh, really? Okay. So I told you I'm learning to trade online. So I got more involved in that, and I've been practicing. And so that's been taking up a lot of my time.
And that's what you did this week.
That is what I did this week. I mean, I was in a class for 3 days, and,
Nice.
and also, I went to church.
Now, did you go to college? I forgot to ask you. Did you?
I did go to college.
Which
yes.
one? Which
Howard University
Howard?
Howard, D.C.
in Washington, D.C.
where I'm
That's
right.
where he's from.
I went to elementary school. They tore it down right down the street from Howard. Bruce Monroe Elementary School.
Oh, wow.
And,
Okay.
of course, everybody out there knows that I myself am a valedictorian. You know what I'm saying? Because my dick is valuable. I graduated from UCLA. That's the University of Compton. You make a left at Alondra. But Farouk, how was your week?
Oh, it was pretty good, man. Relaxing. My baby sister had an addition to the family. She had an 8-pound boy.
So you got your uncle again.
Yeah.
A granduncle.
That's a
No,
grand.
my
Congratulations,
sister.
Farouk.
Oh, wow. So that's an
Oh,
uncle.
you're just an uncle.
Yeah.
That's an uncle.
Uncle.
Not my sister's daughter had a baby.
Oh,
but
got
my
you.
sister.
But your
My
actual
bad.
sister
Okay.
had a baby. So
Yeah.
you're an uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah, and my 28-year-old daughter Sadie, her and her boyfriend just got their first house.
That is one for
Wow.
lessons.
Yeah.
That is
Real
wonderful.
big backyard, 3 bedrooms.
Congratulations.
They
Now-
want to have my 51st birthday party there.
And that what is that out here?
Barstow,
Barstow. That's good. That's good.
Barstow?
in the middle of nowhere.
Hey,
my.
shit.
51st. Congratulations.
But a house somewhere is better than a house nowhere.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Or a tent anywhere.
Really?
A house somewhere is
Okay.
better than a tent anywhere.
There's tents
How
all
about
over.
that?
Okay, I'll go
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
disgusting out here, man.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Okay, that's cool.
I couldn't even go get me no breakfast today from my favorite little burger
That's a
stand.
goddamn shame.
Somebody was camping out in the damn drive-thru. You
Oh,
know,
my God, yeah.
They came out of their tent and took a shit right in the bushes in the drive-thru and looked at me like I was invading their privacy. So I said, "Well, shit,
Maybe they needed a napkin or something.
whatever they needed."
Or some
I
toilet paper.
just couldn't stand it. I
You
wanted
had to
to
wait
go
till
get
lunch.
some breakfast, and
Oh,
how
my
could you
goodness.
eat after seeing
Okay.
some shit like that?
Yeah, you had to wait till lunch.
Literally, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
is anybody gonna ask me how my week? went?
How was your week, Marv?
week,
How was
man,
your week,
Marv?
Marv?
Thank you. I thought you motherfuckers would never ask. Well, I went to see a movie this week. I went to see a movie called Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan and
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, the man of 1,000 looks and only one hairline. Yeah. And Jamie Foxx hairline goes all the way back to Slauson. If you really, you need to GPS-ify that motherfucker. But he's a great actor. Yes, you know what I'm saying. I went to see it in an all-white theater. It was 7 white people and me and my date. Yeah, it was very great.
You said 7 white people
7 white people and me and my date.
in the whole
Okay. Let me just
audience.
say, only black people in the movie was me, my date, Michael B. Jordan, and Jamie Foxx.
But are you saying there were only like 9 people in the theater?
Yeah. Because when you go
That's not
watch
a good
movies in a
sign.
white neighborhood, they only have one showing. You better get in there. They don't have like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It's like 7:40. They're gonna have it early. Like we don't want no black people in there after 10. Wow. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get all the black people. Get these 2. Y'all come on in right now. I've literally been to a black movie where they changed the time when they seen too many people in line that was black. They was like, "Oh no, it's sold. All the 10 and 12s is sold out. You get all y'all in at 7." You know what I'm saying?
No, you're kidding, right?
And it was fun. No, and the funny thing about it, even though it was a predominantly white theater, they had black food, but they changed the name. They had Hamburger Helper instead of hot dogs, but they called it hamburger and bacon mac and cheese.
Oh, wow.
I said, this shit is Hamburger Helper. Motherfucker looked at me and said, shh. But it was a great movie, and I urge anybody to go see Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan. And the thing is, I'm a little crazy myself. I know I'm a little bipolar, and I do talk a little bit in the movies and stuff.
Oh no!
And some things was going on in the movie where he wasn't getting his way. I was waiting for him to turn into Killmonger from from Black Panther. I was like, when he gonna turn into Killmonger?
Django.
I said, when? Michael B. Jordan. I said, when?
Michael B. Jordan.
You got 2 of the baddest brothers, and Jamie ain't gonna turn into Django. He
Right.
ain't turning into Killmonger. These crackers gonna win.
You know what? I listen to like radio shows and TV shows. Radio shows, and where the comedian is at the head, like you are, and everybody laughs at their jokes, at the comedian's jokes. I'm like, they are just they have to be being paid to laugh because everything this guy says is not that funny.
Right.
But your ass is funny.
And y'all didn't get paid. So
I just have to tell you are funny.
well, thank you very much.
What you said ain't damn
You
sure
didn't
ain't
even have
getting
to.
paid.
Hey, look,
You
you
didn't
didn't
You didn't have to prompt me to laugh, and
Well, thank you very much. Hey, that's really
Marv
good.
is hilarious, man.
Now let's get right on into things. We got some topics that we're going to talk about tonight on the Mad Marv Comedy Lounge. First of all, we're going to talk about the the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, which is
Meghan Markle and
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. That's her name. Meghan Markle
That's right.
She grew up in the hood, right up the street from the Marathon clothing store on Slauson and Crenshaw. Am I correct?
Where Nipsey Hussle died?
Yeah, right around the corner.
His old store?
Yeah,
Her mama stayed around.
yeah. Of course,
She's white, right?
That's a nice
she-
area.
Oh, no, she's black. That's right, she's black.
Yeah, if you got-
her
Daddy's
a
white.
Caucasian.
Yeah, if you got one roach in your house, that qualifies you as being black. Oh no, I'm saying blood percentage. We just stuck on this.
How about if you live a block from
Let me get
Marathon
off-
clothing store?
Yeah, let me get off
You
of Rose
black.
Hill. Yeah, you
Or
anywhere in the
Latino.
vicinity. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to talk about that because what I've heard is that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
He's not a duke.
What is he?
He's a prince.
Oh well, okay. Well, my shit is wrong.
A duke is somebody from another royal family, like probably not a prince, but they married into a royal family,
Okay.
just like her.
Well, let me retort and let me put it more precise. These two motherfuckers,
Yeah.
okay, has decided that they no longer want to be part of the royal family and they want to go independent and they want to move to like Canada and get regular jobs and be regular people. And I don't know how correct I am, but it seems that Meghan, she wants to get a job at Costco and Harry's going to be working at Wingstop and they're going to change the baby's name to Nipsey. But we want to know what you guys think about that. What do you think about that?
I think she wants to go back in show business.
You think so?
Yeah, have you seen that video footage where they went to a party and Prince Harry was talking to
Well,
the
she
head
was
of
a
Disney
twerk queen?
to do voiceovers for Disney. She got a job doing voiceovers.
Was she twerking in the video?
No
Okay.
twerking.
Oh, that's the wrong video.
Megan does not twerk.
I bet
Yes,
she know
she
how.
do.
Megan doesn't have booty.
No.
You don't need
yes.
booty to twerk. White girls twerk harder than sisters. They got to work hard, because they don't have no ass, so they got to really, really be twerking.
Hey, but a lot of them have it now.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
where they got it from.
Technically, a lot of white women been having asses. It's just in their genetics, and most of them are European white women. Like,
And you know what I noticed,
from
Farouk?
Scandinavia, they're very thick women. So.
Farouk, this is what I've noticed.
Because a lot of black women don't have no ass.
I noticed this,
Now
Farouk.
figure that out.
Farouk, I've noticed this, that a lot of white women that do that, they multitask. So not only do they twerk, but they whistle while they twerk.
I can just imagine some of them, ladies out there, if you out there twerking, this is what you got to realize. You have to be careful of your twerk wind, because some of that twerk wind is
That get back.
it's not cool. So work on that,
Twerk
lady.
wind?
I call
Yeah,
it the get
twerk-
back.
You
You
never
mean
heard that?
sometimes you're downwind of the twerk?
Yeah,
never
I
heard of
mean,
twerk
And
wind?
it's not pleasant?
it's not cool. You can be upwind, it come up and fuck with your nose and
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I call it get back.
No,
yeah, you
can't
know
be.
what I'm talking about.
Throwback, get back, backlash,
So that's what happens. You
backdraft, backdraft. But the term
get
now
back.
is twerk wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Or
polite.
sit down there.
Yeah,
Like when
that's
you
the polite
when you
term.
sit down, the air that's created from your ass going to the couch. Sometime I'm like, damn, either you shitted on yourself or I need to throw the couch away.
One of the two.
It's one or the other. Either the couch
So
smell
now
like
you're trying
shit.
to say that you can smell women's behind.
Of course you can.
We're
that
not
wind.
trying to. We
That
trying
wind
to. We trying to
flapping.
say.
from the.
We trying to keep it. We want to tell you that
And
we
you can't hide that shit with all that body and breath spray and shit.
And sometimes it's not the smell of the ass.
It's the
I
wind.
know. I see. Yes,
cat
that
and
cat.
ass.
Yeah,
that
I
cat
seen
ass
this.
mixture.
I seen this one lady. Right, I was
Wait a
driving.
minute, you're talking about the
Yeah.
front and the back.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
stink.
you get all the goof.
I was
wind.
driving and I was in a
Now-
truck and I was looking down and I seen this lady just with her leg up, just spraying that thing at a red light, just spraying that thing about 10 times. Can't
10.
do that.
You count it?
Yeah, right.
You gotta go
She was
wash it.
spraying a lot, man. And look, no, you need to soak that thing or go to the hospital because
How's that
it
for?
is something wrong with
How's that for a DUI?
Yeah, for real. Damn. Just imagine what her seat smell like.
So back to Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got carried away with the twerk.
So, Lounge, let me ask you guys a question. How do you think that's going to work? Do you think they're going to have a very smooth transition from going from royals to commoners?
Well, you know what? This is my theory. I think it's all a setup because if you know, what's the uncle's name who was up there?
Charles?
Philip
With the child molestation with the guy.
Oh, you're talking about in Canada?
No, we're talking about in the royal family, the monarchy.
Oh.
Yeah, what's his name?
I think is
it Philip?
It's either
Yeah,
Philip or
that's his
Charles.
uncle.
Andrew? I don't know.
Yeah, he was rolling around with the rich child molester who got killed. And,
With Epstein.
With
He was
Epstein,
running around with
right.
Epstein.
Philip.
yeah,
That's
I
his
think
name.
this is staged to cover that,
Oh, to take
Yeah.
to deflect.
to deflect. That's what I personally think because he was in hot water as of 2 weeks ago and the monarchy was looking bad. So all of a
So
sudden,
he said,
they
"Y'all got to
decided
make a move. Y'all got to do something crazy."
And they
so
did.
we're gonna
I
send.
don't know.
And now everybody's talking about that and no more. They're not talking about
Because I didn't even know who you was talking about. So that might have been. How do you feel about it, Carter, with a K?
Well, I was told a few things. I haven't done a lot of research on it myself, but what I've learned is that Prince Harry actually called and got Meghan Markle the voiceover job with Disney.
He did.
Did you hear that? Anybody?
He called and he talked. Was a thing on YouTube where they showed him talking to the head of Disney at a party.
How did he talk to him? Did he talk to him gangster or did he do it like
It looked gangster too.
Did,
It was like,
did anybody hear? Because, I would imagine if I'm part of the monarchy, I'm royal, I'm only going to talk a certain way. I'm going to be like, hey, who's just the head of Disney? I have something to talk to you about. If you can help me out with this, maybe you know what I'm saying. I see you're going to make Finding Nemo 13. Can my concubine or my wife, if you will, do one of the voices of one of the fish?
That sounds like Bill Cosby in court.
But, I got to put the black royalty in it.
Yeah.
Well, but some people have also thought that
I will pay you 17 periwinkles.
Meghan is, like manipulating the situation. I don't think so.
You think she kind of gangstered him like?
I mean, they're married. They're husband and wife. You know what I mean?
What if they got a
If
good
they're doing
relationship?
something together as a team, how is that, manipulating? I mean, he talked
They
her
can't
into
do
it. She talked him
shit
into
not
it.
unless Queen Elizabeth say it's okay.
So they want to have their own life, so they want to go to Canada. They didn't choose the United
Did you
States.
see Elizabeth rolling
no,
around?
because United States is not a part of the
Well,
quote unquote.
No, wait a minute. Hold
Well,
up.
it's probably
No,
Canada they wouldn't be able to live in peace.
But Canada
in America.
I'm gonna ask you
is still
this question.
Providence of England.
Baruch, I'm gonna ask you guys this question. Did you guys see Queen Elizabeth rolling around in, was it a Land Rover or a Range Rover?
Range Rover
With the pimp hat on.
with the security behind
Looking
him,
like a motherfucking boss.
and drove and looking
No.
at people.
I didn't.
Okay,
Well, they
that's-
say she's
98.
a reptilian. Sometimes she changes to a big
Maybe we
ass
need to get a
lizard.
picture up there of her,
Yeah,
Queen Elizabeth.
They say she only bathe like every 3 months, so she smell very bad.
So she smells gangster.
yeah, and they say she eats little kids.
Imagine that twerk win.
After Philip feels on them, she eat them.
That's
Imagine that twerk win right
That's
there.
why they named him
What do
Philip.
we know about her hygienic
Yeah,
habits?
fill up,
The internet.
fill up a little kid's ass. Huh?
But I tell you,
And drew it.
hygiene
No, I'm
is
just-
really, something that's very personal.
And he Elizabeth, lizard, lizard bit.
Oh, come on.
You was reaching for that one, but hey, I
She's
get
a
it.
reptilian.
But I have heard that there are some Caucasians who take a shower and they just think the water's supposed to just take everything off of them.
Are you talking about the Mooney twins? Oh no, they black.
No, but the water's just supposed to drip and wash everything off, and they don't have to
Yeah,
rub their
well,
skin,
it washed the
like
shit
this.
off, but it don't wash the stank off.
Okay.
You gotta
The
get
dirt and the stank are
Gotta
two
get
different
some-
things.
two different things.
Dirt, stank, twerk win, whatever whatever you want to call it.
B.O. body odor.
You guys think about it. Come up with your own word. Give us a call. 323-29.
Cowless.
What is it, Farouk? 29 what?
293-3375.
Right. Give us a call. And, if you got another term for twerk wind or you want to chime in on any of these little get backs, back drafts. Or
Ass belch.
give us a call. We'll be right back after these commercial messages on the Mad Marv Comedy Lounge.
Bam.
And we're back on the Mad Marv's Comedy Lounge. I apologize for taking so much long in the break, but you know, my producers been talking to me about it. Saying my breaks was too long. But I know my audience. You know, my audience. Sometimes y'all got to pee, and I don't want y'all doing the pee dance. You know,
they want to roll a blunt.
Roll a blunt. You know what I'm saying?
Kill roaches.
Slap their kids. Twerk their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Check the twerk win.
Yeah, and because this is very interesting. And, a lot of people don't like to talk about this, but I like to talk about my earlier dating years. Sometimes I used to talk to a lot of women, and they try to, be more bougie and more together than they really are. Like they would talk to me on the phone. They sound real nice, like, oh, what you got on, and I'm wearing this, and I can't wait to see you. Can you hold on for a second? And they'll put the phone here like you can't hear them, and then they'll be like, Dante, get your ass off the TV. and I'm back, so, and I got on a chocolate.
Kill that roach.
Yeah. Kill that roach. Don't let that roach get close to the phone.
Don't come in this bathroom and clean up my twerk win.
And I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, we try to keep it real right here on the Mad Marv Comedy Lounge. So
That's why I love it here.
So once again, I want to introduce our guest that we're very glad to have on the Mad Marv Comedy Lounge.
Glad to be
For
here.
those of you out there that's watching and everything, this is David Edwards.
Hey,
he was also on the first.
Hey.
Was it the first season of The Real World?
The second one.
The second
I just
season of
did
The Real World on MTV
First
Network.
one to get thrown
Yeah.
off and brought back and
Yeah.
thrown off and brought
Yeah.
back.
Real World.
And I
That was
think-
the first reality
Yeah.
TV show.
And
right?
Yes, it was.
I think they
Wow,
did.
you're historic.
I'll be the first one to say, Dave. I'll be the first one to say this. I think they did a light-skinned brother wrong. I know you probably thought just because you was lighter than the average dark-skinned brother, you was gonna make it to the end of the season.
I'm
but
middle of the road.
yeah, they middle of the road, your ass. You stayed on to the middle of the season. But those of you guys that also might be familiar with David and his work and everything.
Paper bag Brown.
Yeah, paper bag
Hey.
Brown. Farouk cousin. You know what I'm saying? That's
How come they can't see me? What's up, cameraman?
He's like a diet.
My
I'm over here waving. Hey,
His
there y'all
official
go. Hello,
color,
America.
Dave. Your official color on the lounge is Diet Farouk. Okay, so let's play this clip of one of your most famous movies, which was House Party 3. Where
Oh,
you
this is
played,
my first movie ever.
Oh, this is the first movie ever.
Yeah.
Where he played Stinky.
A lot of history here
You
today.
took
I
Martin
think
Lawrence.
yesterday was the anniversary.
That's why we here this day in comedy. This is what this happened.
Ex-con Gator.
Hey, yo, what up? This is Ex-Con Catering where we do chicken right. Something like the warden used to, whether you like it or not. I remember one time I was in jail. I didn't eat the food. They locked me in the hole. 6 weeks down there wondering why. Nobody came to visit, no phone calls, no nothing. I'm just down there starving because I didn't eat the damn food. I ain't got to eat the food the warden give me. You know what I'm saying?
Butcher, nigga, chill out. We got the pardon. We free. Chill out.
Hey, who the hell is this? Oh, how you doing, mama? What you want, 200 pounds of chili for Saturday night? You got it, no problem. Hey. Oh, look what the fuck we got here.
3 mark-ass nappers.
Yo, man, fuck all that. What's up with my order for Friday night, huh?
It depends on what your bitch ass get. What the fuck you want? Some chitlins, some cheese, spam, tuna, some tomatoes? What the fuck you want?
Hey, look out, punk. Come on in, Big Dookie.
Big Dookie.
Yo, man, it's obvious this ain't no damn Benny Hannes. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, this is all we want. Some chicken wings, hot dogs, and a case of 40s. You got that?
First of all, you need to calm the fuck down and go gargle. Funky.
Man, my name is Stinky. Stinky, all right?
Well, stinky, funky, smell hella bad. It's all the same.
Fuck all of that. Nigga, your name is Funky because you come up in here smelling like butt crack now.
Yo, squash all that, man. All I'm talking about, the food better be on. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, look at this nigga, Mr. Baller, Mr. High Roller, Mr. Flash your fucking money. Well, since you got it like that, punk, pay a nigga now.
You got my food now? Or maybe, do you have my food now?
Fuck all the dumb shit. Let me tell you something. You don't come in this motherfucker making no goddamn demands. Nigga, fuck around and throw your punk ass on the grill.
Straight make some barbecue, bitch.
No, fuck all that. Nigga, bake all 3 they punk asses make 3 bitch pie now.
Look, why don't we just give him all the money now, okay?
Yo, forget that kid, man. The original deal was a deposit. I refuse to be intimidated by these 3 losers. That's bullshit, man. It's just bullshit.
Especially like some midget like you hairy bastard.
Kick it, cuz.
Look here, motherfucker. I will kick you in your nuts and make your jaws swell.
You think you won't? You think you won't, you punk ass niggas, huh?
Look, just give
Yo,
him the
kid.
money. Look,
Kick
okay?
in, you
Just
trick.
have the food there. Thank you.
What? Yeah, that was fun, huh?
That was very
Oh, my
diplomatic
God.
of you, Dave. Very
Shouts
diplomatic.
out to Freeze Love, AJ Johnson,
Yeah.
my man Kid, and Play.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a kid recently, and he looked like he just recovered from cancer.
Oh, don't say that about my brother.
No, I said recovered. He's a
You
survivor.
know he's a stand-up comedian.
Is he
now.
funny?
He looks like Beetlejuice.
Because I know he's funny looking.
He
And he
cut
looked like
the goddamn flat top off. He looked just like
Hey,
Beetlejuice.
man.
he always
on
looked like a
chemo.
hip hop glowworm to my ass. I'm just telling you.
I was thinking about this the other night because yesterday was the anniversary. That movie's 26 years old.
Long
Wow,
time.
you guys are old.
Yeah, I look young.
time.
I look young. I feel young, but
I'm just kidding.
I'm 48 now.
And I see you done got that mouthwash you was talking about. That's good.
I'll be 49 in April.
Now, how was it working with all those guys? You
April
know,
what?
April the 23rd.
Oh, okay. I'm 28.
Well, look here, Dave.
Right.
How was
Mars
it?
in the house.
If you can remember, how was it working with all those guys, man? Like, was it amazing? Did you guys think the movie was going to do as well as it did and become like a staple and a classic in our society as far as movies?
What was funny was Angela Means had told me. Shout out to Angie. Hey, Angie. Bye, Felicia from Friday.
And she
right.
does vegan
She
food. She
got
does
me-
vegan food now.
She was like, David, they're auditioning for House Party 3. Martin is not coming back. You should go down there. And I had just got to L.A. And I was just turned paid regular at the Comedy Store. And she was like, you just need to go down there. I didn't have an agent or anything. I said, all right, just give me the address. And
So you got to get all your money.
yeah. So the next day, the next night, I'm at the Comedy Store. Before I audition the next day, I see Kid in the parking lot. And he's with somebody else, not Mark. I think he was with Jamie Foxx or Tommy Davidson, one of the two. And I go, oh, my God, Kid, I'm going to go read for your movie tomorrow. And he looked at me all arrogant. And he was like, all right, and walked off.
Was he going?
Anyway, so I crashed the audition. I made up an agent's name. I put William Morris and boom, boom. Because if you don't have an agent, you don't.
Yeah.
So I lied my way
William
in.
Morris, though?
Killed the audition. Got the call back.
Oh.
So by the time I found out I had the movie, I actually called William Morris and I say, listen, I got a movie. They want to. I had nobody negotiate the deal. That's how I got William Morris, and I got the movie. But it was so hard, I almost lost that part because I'm filling up Martin Lawrence's role. I'm replacing Martin. And I remember the first day of audition, I was so shell-shocked and it was so heavy in my mind, I almost lost the part. And Eric Mesner, the director, he pulled me to the side and he was like, David, you about to lose this. And Chris Rock, Marlon Wayans was up for it and somebody else. Like,
What?
So what changed? What
changed is that little conversation he had with me, and I went to back. I said, "Give me 5 minutes." I smacked myself with some cold water in my face.
Did you smoke some weed?
The pain? No, I brought the pain because I didn't want to lose that job.
Right.
I just told myself, just be myself. I can never replace Martin. Just be Stinky, be David. Now Stinky is pretty much me.
Yeah, it's not the replacement. It's a whole different character.
Yeah,
and that's what it's interesting that you say that.
That's awesome.
And nothing can replace Bilal.
Yeah, but
nothing comes close.
Right.
Bilal was great.
That's like Michael Epps replacing
Chris Tucker.
Right. Yeah.
Now, this was the interesting thing, and it's good that you brought that up because a lot of times, I know back in the 90s, I used to go up for a lot of auditions, and I didn't get them, and then I'd be like, God damn, I didn't get the part. I'm like, damn, what's happening? Should I just stay cutting hair? Maybe I don't have it or whatever. And then I would hear these stories of people doing way out shit in the auditions to get the part. But I didn't really believe none of that shit until it just got desperate with me. I said, God damn, I need to, I got to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I started being creative myself. I had fired my agents and managers and everything. And then I went out for this role. I think it was Lorenz Tate's first directorial debut. He had produced this movie called The Hot Spot. And they were auditioning for it. And I went in there and there was about 20 people in line auditioning for this shit. And I was looking, there was some real heavy hitters in there. So I was like, fuck all this shit. Plus, my bus was coming. I didn't have time to really wait. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you. So I walked right up to the thing and said, hey, you know what I'm saying? They told me to come in here, man. I don't know what these cats is here for, but shit, can I go in right now? They was like, no, you got to wait. I said, well, you go in there. You tell the motherfuckers that Mad Marv was here and you said he couldn't come in and he leaving because I got shit to do.
Right, that's how you got to be.
And I started walking out, right? And they said, wait. So then they let me in there. And so I didn't even know who was inside there. So it was Lorenz Tate brother was in there and some other cats in there, and they was like, oh, it's Mad Marv. So they had recognized me for my work and everything. So I just started acting arrogant and shit. I said, look here, I don't do all these auditions. I got some other shit to do. I said, so let's just kill all the game and shit. Just tell me what the fuck you want me to do. I'm going to do that shit, and you just hit me at the house because I'm out. And they just started laughing at that shit, and I did the little thing, and I left, and I was like, that was crazy, but I didn't have an agent or manager anyway, so I ain't had nothing to lose. Then so when they called me, at that time, I happened to be on the toilet taking a shit. And this is so funny when they tell you get the part. This is so crazy. They ask for you, and I'm like, yeah, what's happening? Like, you auditioned for this role? And I'm like, yeah. If you would like it, we'd like to offer you the part. Would you want to have this part? And in my mind, I did like the girl at the house. I'm like, this bitch crazy? Hell yeah, motherfucker, I want the role. Then I came back and I said, well, let me check my schedule. Can I get back with you in about 5 minutes? Which was translation really mean, let me wipe my ass. Shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So I wiped my ass, and then, the rest was history, and I went and did the job. Wow. But a lot of times
he didn't say nothing about washing his hands. You hear that?
It was in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Now, of course, he probably used a cat.
Shit. It's spooky. What happened? Somebody kicked the cord out?
No, wait, that might be better.
You can tell we in the ghetto, huh? Somebody kicked the goddamn cord out.
Can you try that again? Let's see what that looks like.
No, we don't want to.
I thought I had a tumor.
Because that might work.
No.
These are spotlights.
Not today. Shit, hey, look, I get scared in the dark.
We didn't disappear, did we?
It's the Mad Marv Comedy Lounge.
No, I get scared in the dark. Hey, look,
sometimes the lights on, sometimes the lights
Dave,
on.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be real honest with you.
We didn't disappear, did we?
Hold on one second. I get scared. I ain't going to lie. You know how people be acting hard and everything? I was watching this scary TV show. Uh-oh, shit.
Yeah, see? Look at the camera. I mean, look at the screen.
Okay, well.
It's some kind of surge.
Hey, well, don't kick it out again.
No, that's something else.
Yeah,
surge.
Because these lights
it's
are
a power
not supposed
surge.
to be on.
People working on the light poles or something.
It's cool right now.
I thought the Undertaker was here or something.
But let's continue. Let's continue.
Them niggas is
we gonna
charging
continue with
their
this
phones
story.
into the street like they
Is that your
bringing
phone?
the street lights
They
to
do
charge
be
their
doing that,
goddamn
broski.
cell phone.
Yeah,
I told you. I told y'all
about
about these cheap ass phones. It will stop the power. You know what I'm saying? Too many boogers.
What about the 5G?
Oh shit! Oh don't.
That's why people walking around here crazy and shit.
Okay, back to me. You guys were talking about me.
Okay, now back to you. So
Stinky.
now let me ask you this question. This is very important. After that movie, where did your fame level shoot up to on a scale of 1 to 10 and your recognition?
Well, this is funny because I had did the second season of Def Comedy Jam. Mm-hmm. So, my first taste of fame was surviving the boo off the Apollo on the professional side.
They aired that shit?
Yeah.
Surviving the boo.
Yeah, they booed me. And
Did you rob the tree?
Yeah, no, I did. I
That's where you fucked up at.
Yeah, you're right. But what saved me was I did another bit about Michael Jackson. I ended up with a standing ovation, and I got the hell out of there. And the owner of the Apollo said, "You didn't rub the tree," as I'm walking back. And I rubbed the tree, and I looked to the corner. The Sandman was there, like
getting ready.
That ain't no goddamn tree. It's a tree stump.
You're right. Tree stump. Right. So anyway, that was my first taste of fame because it was so my first and controversy. Then I did the Def Comedy Jam, which went great, and then I did the Real World, which was controversial. So I got thrown off the Real World, and the thing with me and Tammy and dragging down hall with the blanket and the whole word of rape being thrown around, which Lord knows wasn't like that.
You was the first Jussie Smollett.
No, I didn't lie.
Oh, okay.
I was the first.
We're gonna call you Juicy
I was the first
Fourier,
Me
then.
Too. Okay, so
Wait a minute, who tried to sleep with you?
nobody.
Dave,
Nobody.
That ain't me
Dave,
too, boo.
you too?
I would think out of all of that, your pussy level would have been up there by now.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
The Real World didn't air just yet. But I knew I had to do something because I know which direction my career was going to go. So Angie told me about House Party. That's why I crashed House Party, and I was so fucking zoned in.
Yeah, so that put you back in the game.
And I got it. It put me back in the game. And as I was on House Party, then I booked the last season of Living Color. And as I'm on the last season of Living Color, the fucking Real World aired. House Party was being edited. So it all kind of like sandwiched. And I remember Jamie Foxx, Tommy Davidson, and Jim Carrey, like, are you running around MTV cussing white folks out in the house with matches and cameras falling around? I was like, yes, because nobody knew what reality television was.
Oh, wow.
And then House Party hit. So it happened kind of in reverse. So it happened with the controversy. Boom, I'm already working on a Living Color. Living Color had just started to air, I think, but House Party didn't come back. So it was like an extra bullet in the clip. So it was all a blessing. That's how God works. When you ask God for something, He does deliver.
Amen.
Well,
Wow.
God,
You got to get your ass up and go through the motions.
you got to go get it. You got to go through the motions.
You can't
But
contract your own
when
blessings.
What God doesn't like is when you don't believe
And procrastination.
and procrastination.
And faith without works, without your effort, without taking action.
Yeah.
Because
Because, you know,
Very humbling and boom. So by the time the
gotta
real
give him
world
the glory in the end.
because God
too.
ain't Santa Claus. You know, you got to do something yourself.
hit,
That's
Amen.
right.
Amen.
Yeah.
So by the time the real world hit, the real world did shake things up with the controversy back then, and it kind of torqued stuff, but slowed it down at the same time. But luckily, I had those two the Def Comedy Jam, the House Party, and the Living Color already in the canon. So.
Now, what's interesting is that was
Chappelle put me in Half Baked, and Chappelle got me the Real World.
Now that's interesting because back then they didn't have.
That was a funny ass movie.
But look,
Half Baked, yeah.
Back then they didn't have all this social media, the internet, and everything like that, Google and everything like that. Because I did mention Jussie Smollett.
Thank you, Farouk.
And what's going on with him? I hear Google shut down his accounts or whatever because of his backlash going on. What happened with that?
Just read.
Well, because Chicago police released the records, the documents
from Google.
From the police department.
Oh, okay.
The Chicago Police Department released their records about the whole arrest. And they said they had like a document dump on Thursday, and they have another 300 plus documents coming up, and then another release after that.
Now, what is the Google part?
And because the Chicago police requested,
Google.
the government of Chicago requested, because they suing Jesse, to dump all his stuff from Google, his emails, everything. And I think they're even going for his text messages.
When you say dump, though, release.
Release, excuse
They can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's being done.
So they in his cloud?
Yeah, those little terms
He
and
needs
agreements
to
that you
read
check
that
off that little
EULA.
box to sign
The
on,
one that nobody read?
Yeah.
He needs to. Somebody needs to read the
Anybody get
EULA
got.
to see if he's covered somewhere in that.
Because it's all fun and games till it ain't.
Well, basically,
Ain't
when
no
you
fun
put
when
stuff
the
on
rabbit got the
Google,
gun.
you put stuff on Facebook, you're giving it to them. You put it on Instagram, they have
They
control
know
and they
everything
have your
about
content.
you, man. Everything.
So being is how you have experience with being in the limelight and in the celebrity's eye, in their radar and their scope. How do you think this is going to affect Jussie Smollett's career at this point?
That's what made me very so careful. And that's why I hate the word celebrity. I feel like it puts a target on you. But if you go out and do dumb shit, expect for dumb shit to get back.
Yeah.
He should have just, hey man, I was high, I'm on drink, went to rehab, or whatever excuse.
Do you
But
think
to
that
play
was
this
blame it on
charade
the
with technology
alcohol?
nowadays, it's.
Do you think that was his whole idea, or somebody that, like what they say, the handlers or somebody said, hey, you know what? If you do this, we can win, but it's a 50-50 chance.
This is why I don't do cocaine, because cocaine make you do dumb, arrogant shit like that.
Yeah, a lot of things. And then you just got stupid motherfuckers they just stupid, man. And the thing is this, man, with technology, you don't really have a lot of wiggling room to do much of anything, like back in the day before social media, like Marv said, I mean, you get your dick sucked, it might be like 10 years before somebody figure it out. Now you get blew off right before you bust a nut. You got TMZ right there. You got everybody right there like, oh, no, he's getting his dick sucked. I don't want to see it. They right there.
I'm glad you brought that up, Farouk, because
it's amazing.
I feel too young and look too young to feel this way, but I appreciate it too. When I went through my thing on the real world, there was no social media. And I'm thankful. Well, in a way I'm thankful, in a way I'm not. There was no Instagram. There was no... real
Facebook
world was the...
You could have defended yourself in real time or whatever. It could have went either way.
What
No
year
breaking
was
the
that?
fourth wall.
What year was that?
Like 91?
94.
Oh, right.
We went-
Yeah.
93,
We went on-
94, 95, 96, 97, 98.
We went on the road in 94, right?
We went on the road in 95.
95.
Yeah,
it was 94 because the Olympics was 94, right?
Boom, you're right.
So
94.
and that was after the controversy.
Yeah, it was during. Yeah.
Oh, it was doing all that time.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing. We went on the road. We went from L.A. all across the United States up to Canada and back down to Chicago.
Picked up Chappelle from Canada.
Yeah, we picked up Chappelle from Canada, came back
Dropped
down.
him off in New York.
and then came back down.
Went to Chicago.
You guys were riding together?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
In a
he-
car?
Yeah, he called me up. I'm at the barbershop.
They was riding on the damn mule.
No,
No, I mean,
we was
Riding
back there
together
stagecoach.
in a car. Where else was they gonna ride in?
We was on-
there's trains, buses.
We was on a
vans,
bird scooter, nigga.
You know?
What happened was Montreal had booked me for the Montreal Comedy Fest.
That's like the Olympics, Comedy Olympics.
Me and my wife at the time got into an argument
Are you still
because
married?
I'm leaving. No, I'm divorced.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
go ahead.
happily single.
Yeah.
You might be part of that conversation we're going to have later. Go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway.
About relationships. Go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway. So my plane tickets got tore up somehow. I call up Marv. I go, I got to be in Montreal for Just for Laughs. I call up my agency at the time. I got road gigs going through. Will you come with me? Because I knew Marv used to work. This is why I called Marv. Number one, You know how to cut hair? He makes hella fried chicken. And he used to work for, he knew
Federal
zones.
Express. I used to work
Federal
Federal
Express, so he knew zones. He knew how to get his way around. Like, he was my atlas. We had no GPS. This man was a GPS.
Yeah, and a Thomas guy.
He knew each zone.
Remember the damn Thomas guy?
Yeah. That's why I chose Marv. And he was hilarious.
But I take alleys and
had a
back streets
ball.
from here to Canada. I ain't bullshitting.
And we did. And we had a ball. We had the best time, man. Oh,
We
my
left
God.
LA with, I think we had $20, a rental car, and
we had more than $20.
about 45, and then
No,
three
we had more than
three
45.
pounds of fried chicken.
I had like close to
That you had
1,000
cooked?
person.
You told me we had $45.
No, I told y'all.
Dying ass motherfucker.
Well, you had to get gas more than you.
I had close
you know.
to $1,000 on me.
Gas was 79 cents a gallon back then.
It was cheaper than a gallon of milk, I tell you that.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because we went to Canada and met some of the nicest white people we ever encountered in our life. And then for somehow when we got back to the United States, we still felt that the white people was the same. So my dumb ass, I think it was in Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and I seen a pickup truck with some white people. I'm still thinking it's the Canadian white people. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? Them motherfuckers didn't respond as nicely as the Canadian white people. They was like, you niggas ain't from around here, are you, both?
Right.
Get him. And then I was like, Dave, why they chasing? He said, I don't know, but put the speed up, motherfucker. And we in a Kia. They're not as fast. It's not as much horsepower in a Kia as it is in like a Ford F-150. I'm gonna tell you.
And I rented that car.
Yeah.
I rented that
Yeah.
car.
So that must have been that was the year the Kia first came out then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a Kia?
No, it was a Geo.
it was a
Geo
Toyota
Metro.
Corolla.
Oh yeah, it was. I know it was little.
Toyota Corolla.
Oh, Toyota.
It looked like a piece of candy compared to these.
And I had the girl who was my next door neighbor who lived in Houston rent the car. Yeah, that's how it went down. I had her rented. That's why she rode with us.
Right. She wanted.
Remember when the cops pulled us over?
Oh yeah.
I smell weed in the car. Any more weed?
We were scared
boys
as hell.
going? Well, we're comedians. We're doing a comedy show, and we're late. Okay, and why do I smell weed in the car? Any more weed in here? It's like, no, sir. We smoked it all. He's like, thank you for your honesty. You boys go ahead and good luck on your show. So you let us go.
My leg. Hey, look.
The funniest part, as
My
we
legs
going
were
into
shaking like a
Canada,
research monkey and shit.
I still had an eighth of that good stuff back then.
Oh.
And they was like, Marv was like, and the girl that I was riding with was like, get rid of the weed. We about to cross the border. They're going to search everything. I was like, all right. And there was like a 7-Eleven or whatever they call a 7-Eleven before we got there. I was like, pull over there. Pull over right here.
Like a Circle K or some weird.
I said, why?
shit.
Why we got to pull over? Because I'm thirsty. So I get out the car and I go get the biggest bag of Cheetos I can find. Right? And I go out and I sit down. They was like, Dave, we got to go. I said, hold on for a minute. I take some of it and I put it on the ground. I take the weed, make sure everybody looking. And I stuff it 3/4 of the way down. And I take the rest and put it in the top, and I just set it there in the back. So when we cross the border, they sniff you. You sniff your car with the dogs.
Dogs and shit.
And the dog comes and he's sniffing. He's in the bag. He can smell the weed, but it
His
looks
nose
like he's
is
eating
in
the
the
Cheetos.
bag.
And the cop goes, get out of there, boy. And he goes, sir, my dog went into your Cheetos. I am so sorry. Do you want these back? I just throw them out. I said, no. Totally fine.
And my dumb ass was like, my dumb ass was like, well, he didn't lick none of them. It's cool. We gonna eat them and shit.
So we cruising. I'm still in the back seat. And I'm laughing at these motherfuckers, right? So, and I just say, fuck it, pull it out and start rolling the joint, and it, so they can smell it. I'm blowing their face. They going, you still got weed on you? I was like, yeah.
You just showed these niggas where there's a will, there's a what.
Huh.
Wow.
And my dumb ass, look, my dumb ass driving and shit, right? And I see the speed limit sign. That shit said 100. So I'm like, I'm gone, right? I pressed the gas. I'm like, I'm going 100. Dave was like, he wasn't too high to tell me. He's like, nigga, that's kilometers.
I remember that.
I was gonna say 100.
Oh yeah, because you back then the weed, the weed was so good you could still get high off of contact. I was so high, that I'm like, look, I see that 100. I was down.
There was no way I was getting rid of that weed. I ain't throwing this away.
Yeah. So,
I'm getting locked up.
Sound like it must have been some of that ET from the 90s.
But that was that good shit. It was called Endo.
No pesticides.
It was nothing, you know. You can smell like Christmas in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That was the chronic.
If it was a real,
I brought up the chronic.
If the police was really up on their shit, they'd have been like, "What kind of cheese is this?"
But you were not married at that time.
Yes, I was. I was married at the time.
But you went with this woman who rented the car for you, and she went with you.
She was your assistant at the time.
She was my assistant. Thank you, Marv.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to get at
it was plutonic. Yeah, like
it was platonic.
She showed out in D.C. Yeah, she was very attractive, and I was pissed. This is when my divorce was starting to happen. I was pissed at my wife for tearing up damn tickets or whatever. And we were all cool. We went to her house in Houston. Never kissed her or anything like that. we were cordial, but she started talking shit to me
And she
in
was
DC.
familiar with your wife also.
And she was
she knew your wife.
No, hell no. No way she'd be in that car.
Shit.
Well, you said familiar with.
No, I was
Familiar-
asking him a question.
She was aware.
okay.
She was aware, but they didn't know each other.
Oh,
Boom.
okay.
And so what had happened? She had showed out in D.C. And that's where I'm from. We had got to D.C. and she had showed out, and I had to go do something, get some kind of paperwork or something. She was talking shit to me. I don't know what kind of argument we got into, but I said, "Do you know where you are?" I go, "This is my hometown. I'm from Washington D.C. You are my soul. I will leave your ass here. Try me." She shut that shit down. And it was really funny in that line. My ex-girlfriend had to be Rutha May. Remember Rutha May?
Yeah,
My
Rutha
ex-girlfriend?
May.
She happened to be in line behind me. She goes, "Oh my God!" Rutha May used to be fine.
Used to be.
This time she shaved all her head off, had no eyebrows.
Damn.
She's a lesbian now. And,
Oh, wow.
But still,
Your woman.
No,
my
ex.
no,
It was ex.
from high school.
See what you guys do to
From
women?
high school.
She looked like her
guys
name was
make
Johnny
women
Ray.
turn
My
like
girlfriend
that.
from high school was in the line
You sound like
behind
a
me.
scoring woman yourself. Men don't do. If anything, let me tell you something. First of all, women are the most influential people on the planet.
On the planet.
Okay.
Dude, after a man gets to her head.
I'm gonna tell you how powerful.
That's after a male. See, this is a different. The guy that you think that you want fucks you off, but you choose him. The guy that you brush off and ain't shit, you want him later after you got fucked off at what you wanted.
You pick
so
the
your
wolf.
bad choices put you in those situations.
You can't pick the wolf in sheep's clothing,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
You
So
know,
luckily
you gotta
my
hold yourself accountable for something.
Hold on, I'm gonna hear this story. Wait.
Luckily, my ex-girlfriend from behind me, who I was in love with,
Rutha May.
Rutha May, never even had sex with her. I almost had sex with her one night. I took her to a prom. But one night, she wanted to have sex, but she kept telling me to hold her arms down.
The twerk win.
No.
She was in the bondage and shit.
Yeah, like hold her down. We both in high school,
Control.
but I didn't know what the fuck that meant. I was like, no,
Yeah.
that sounds like
Make her
rape to me.
do it.
You know what?
She never did it.
You know what the
We
police
never-
was, and you know what the case was.
But I was like, so as I told Shorty, who was with us from Houston, who rented the car, I was like, you don't have no idea. And then Rutha May was behind me. She's like, "Oh my God, David." I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Rutha May." And I looked around and said, "Bitch, I told you, you don't know who you fucking with." Blah, blah, blah. She calmed the fuck down. And then we got her to Houston. She had a nice house in Houston, but I think she was some kind of drug deal or something because that house was fucking.
Well, she was mad at me because I burnt the fried rice because she kept bugging me. She said, "You sure you know what you're doing?" I'm like, "You got to stay out the goddamn kitchen." You know what I'm saying? I know how to work a wok. You know what I'm saying? And I burnt the goddamn rice, so I put extra soy sauce on to try to take the
She
burnt
was
taste out of it.
gorgeous, but she had that.
That's what made her ugly.
I can't do that. I can't. This
With a
is why I'm
fucked
single
up
now.
attitude, nobody gives a
Yes,
fuck
sir.
about how you look.
Now,
Yes, sir.
speaking of that,
Especially if you dumb.
speaking of
You know,
relationships,
That's unattractive.
now check this out. Speaking of relationships,
You're
this,
right,
this
Farouk.
is a segment. This is a segment that I'm introducing on the Mad Marv Comedy Lounge. This is Carla's Relationship Corner with a K. This is Carla with a K, and this is her spin on relationships. And I know we were talking about relationships, divorce, marriage, and all that. Carla with a K, what is your spin on that subject?
Well, first of all, relationships truly do make the world go round. And it's important that we learn how to have better relationships, not just with other people, but with ourselves. What was that about, David?
That's called paying attention to what you're saying.
I saw you making some faces.
She's not used to men giving her their undivided
Well,
attention.
but okay, so as you know, I've never been married, no children, and it's not because I didn't want to.
Are you in a relationship now?
No, I'm not. Does that influence
No,
anything?
I just wanted to know.
Okay. No, I am open and ready
And you can reach her at 323
for the right situation.
375.
But, you got to know who I am and, know what I'm about. And, support that and respect that. I've had other men who have tried to control me. And that's why I say that hold the hands down.
Yeah,
that
I'm
makes me
not-
think of control.
I'm
make
not in-
me do it.
yeah.
Make me do it. I don't
Don't
want
try to control me.
That make me
I ain't
think of
gonna try to
bondage.
control you.
Yeah, some
Exactly,
people like that,
that
and I
too.
find it
Right,
morbidly
weird.
sick. And see, this is my whole
You find it
contention.
sick?
Morbidly
What?
sick. That's mean.
Because it's like the woman is, or the person, because it doesn't have to be a woman, but not taking responsibility for the choice of being there and having sex.
Because I'm a cheap nigga. I tell you ass
Some
up with
people
phone
like
cords.
it that way, which is sick to me. And on the outward thing, I don't want to be in control of nobody but me because I can't think for you. And that's kind of like a hard job. I got to think for your dumb ass. I got to tell you to do that. I'm going to forget about some important shit I got to do.
Right.
Well, the thing is, if you know it's a role-playing thing, if you know it's a game, then okay.
It all depends on who's playing what role.
Well, you have to have consent.
It's
Everybody
all fun and games
needs
until
to
it ain't.
consent to that. And then, it's on.
Look, in a movie that got Catholic priests, I don't never want the goddamn role of the choir boy.
Well, you wouldn't get it, Farouk. Okay.
So when you talking about roles, there's certain roles that I'm not going to play or participate
exactly.
in.
He'll never get any
I'm not
role.
gonna do it.
And we know
Hold
it.
This is for clarification. He'll never get any role where requires him to sing.
Okay, we can accept
Hey,
that.
man, I got a lot of good roles, man. People like my Barry White impression. And Lou Ross.
But even though I've never been married, I've experienced domestic violence, so that's an issue. Now, for me, I think it happens because the person wants to control you.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion on that?
What happens?
Domestic violence. Where someone will beat you down. I mean, there's a lot of...
I believe in you keeping your hands to yourself.
Physical violence. Also, there's emotional and mental
verbal
and financial
abuse,
and spiritual abuse.
Sexual.
All of those, yeah. But
I think when
I'm talking about the physical kind.
Yeah, I think when it's two people that one person gets the better of the other one, that's the one that call and snitch because they had the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in situations, the person I'm with, they got the better of me, but I ain't never called the police on them. But then when I get the better of them, and they lose, then now they want to call the police.
Are we talking verbally?
No, I'm talking about
physically.
Yeah.
You're talking about a man and a woman?
Yeah.
Well,
look, I tied this girl up with some old phone charges.
You got a lot of women that are physically abusive
maybe you
to
shouldn't
men.
say everything you've done.
Okay, let me.
But a lot of men don't want to sing like a punk by calling the police.
Worldwide.
Let me change it.
See, I'm different. I'll let you get up, but in the bedroom when it's sex time, that's when I take it out on you.
Dave, I'm a retort.
I'm gonna take it
in
out
a positive
of her.
way.
Okay, lounge.
You call it positive, negative? Oh, it's going down.
Let me put
I'm
it
gonna
this
take
way.
it out of her.
Call the police now.
I'm gonna take it out of her, not out on her.
Right.
Pause. I'm gonna bring it down for you guys. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Allegedly, I done tied this girl up with some old phone chargers. A lot of people throw them away. I keep them because you might need them. So I tied her up with the old phone chargers. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very well schooled on knots. I did a double column knot. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes it look like handcuffs. You dig what I'm saying? Now, at that time, she said it was cool. And now she asked me if I could use one of those phone chargers to choke her out. I said, I didn't think of that, but let me see. I said, well, it fit. Let's go ahead and try it. Now, I know when you're about to lose.
You just want to please.
Well, she requested it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You want to please
I know
her.
when your oxygen is about to really be gone, and so I could take it, I could loosen it right at the right time. But I don't know, she must have had a blood deficiency or something. So she went out a little quicker than I expected. And then I checked for the pulse. I didn't feel a pulse. So I did what any brother like me would do. I started wiping down for fingerprints and shit. I had to get the fuck out of here because no scenario seemed like it would have the greater beneficial outcome to me. So right when I was at the door and I wiped down the doorknob for the fingerprints and I was on my way out, she came to. She was like, like that. And then she said, where you going? I said, the Uber's outside and it's about to leave. So we could pick this up at another time. So she was like, well, okay, since your Uber's outside. And I would admit I was lying because I had never called an Uber. I was just trying to get the book.
And it was really in 1996 and there was no Uber.
No, this was when Uber, it was okay,
Uber I'm just kidding.
But I'm just saying it's all fun and games till it ain't. So had she been the type of person that was pissed, she could have called the police on me and then it would have been a domestic violence situation. You dig what I'm saying? It could go either way. But nobody don't know but them two people.
Yes.
Like Ike and Tina. Tina beat Ike ass, but that wasn't his movie.
That's why you got to watch what door you open with a person.
And a lot of things people didn't know about Tina Turner is that there was a horn player in the band. Like their first kid was not Ike's kid. He adopted the kid. His last name was Hill. Their first kid was the horn player in the band's kid. So Tina Turner technically back then, according to how the social view of women was, she was a real hoe back then. Because that was like, most women didn't really have kids, not unless they was married. And it wasn't a whole bunch of single women. Everybody that had kids was pretty much in a marriage then.
Right.
But, he didn't just fire the horn player because back then it was kind of hard to recreate a certain sound. So if you had this one bad motherfucker, then you just got to just deal with his fucked up habits and everything.
You got to roll with it.
For that sound, So he adopted the child and gave him his name to cover up the flaws of Tina. So that's the real point that caused the tension, not excusing him for, being physically aggressive towards her, but that's what caused the tension.
Yeah, so the whole point.
Because every time she looked at the trumpet player, she got her ass slapped.
Yeah. So the point we're trying to say here is like nobody knows exactly what's going on, and we're running out of time. But David,
research it.
David,
I will. Next time we're going to talk about that.
We can look it up right now.
We don't
have time to talk about it.
Yeah, we run out of time, but we want to
bring it back.
We want to thank David Edwards for coming on the Mad Marv.
Hey, love being here, guys.
And,
thanks for having me.
We will see you guys next Tuesday. Carter with a K, Farouk.
Hey.
And of course, your one and only, yours truly, Mad Marv on the Mad Marv Comedy Lounge. We'll see you next
And next time, if you love somebody, deal with their shit as much as they dealing with your shit.
Oh, man.
Y'all take care of each other and stop hating each other.
And let a man be a man.
Peace out.
This is the Mad Marv Comedy.